Back to the Factor Uncensored. This week, the Supreme Court will rule on whether or not to uphold the law that requires TikTok to be banned in the U.S. or be sold. If the justices rule to keep the law in place, the app will be banned on January 19th. That is right around the corner, this upcoming Sunday. The High Court has not announced when it will issue a ruling. The Chinese internet company ByteDance says it will not sell the short-form video platform. Many people in the U.S. enjoy the app and will be sad to see it go, but this could be an opportunity to cut down on the hours you spend on screen time. According to research, it takes 35 minutes, and I agree, to become addicted to watching short-form videos like the one showcased on TikTok. Joining us to talk about it, therapist Dr. Bernadette Smith. I told you, Dr. Smith, for the first time several years ago, I said, let me check this TikTok out. And an hour had passed by. And then every time I pick it up, I get caught on there and I can't put it down.
Yeah. But that's what social media is designed to do, right? To get you addicted, to get you hooked on their platform. The more you're on their platform, the more money they can then make because they can sell advertisements.
Right. And those advertisements, and I've bought some stuff from the TikTok shop. I'm like, I never thought I'd be buying stuff from the TikTok shop. I got a translator on the way.
You let me know how that works out for you. No, I mean, and I get it. I choose one of my girlfriends. She buys stuff off of Facebook all the time. I'm like, girl, you just can't be buying stuff off of Facebook. But again, the algorithms are designed to learn us, to know kind of what media we're consuming so then they can advertise to us, right? And so the more we're on it, the more data they're able to receive, which then the more money they can get from their advertisers.
And there is something about TikTok's algorithm. They figure you out.
They are very good.
Yeah, very good. I would say better than the others.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's then part of the issue, right? Because they're so much better than the others, and it's just competition. And addition to their algorithms being so good, they're able to disseminate information in a very different way than what the Facebook or Twitter or X or, and Instagram are able to do as well.
And so how do you separate yourself from it? What I will say, I go on Instagram every day. I go on Facebook every day. TikTok, not so much, because I always find myself being stuck on there. So I would do TikTok maybe once a week. Maybe twice a week, and that's it. But how do you break yourself away from that?
Yeah, so I love what you said. You recognized what the challenges were, so you created balance. Because the reality of it is social media is a great tool, and it allows us to be connected, but being able to recognize, okay, what do I need to do different? So some of that might look like maybe we just delete the app from our phone. Maybe you take it off of your home page, right? Setting boundaries, right? So what does it look like to remove the app? Maybe remove the password so you're making it more challenging to get into it, setting those screen time boundaries, but then also giving yourself an opportunity to recognize social media was initially designed to help us connect to people. So what does that look like to get out of that social media space and into the actual real world space?
Okay, and when we talk about mental health challenges, let's talk about that on your list.
It can disrupt sleep patterns, and it can also contribute to anxiety and depression. Because, so what they found in the research, right? So again, when you're consuming media, it might be very intense, and so that's creating anxiety. Or maybe you are then comparing yourself against other people because you're creating a curated world. I'm not posting a picture of me when I first wake up in the morning.
Right.
So you're going to get this polished look, right?
Right.
And so then you're curating this false reality, and then people then tend to compare themselves, which then can lead to more feelings of depression, more feelings of anxiety, feeling as if of inadequacy, as if they're not where they need to be in their life.
Now you said, remember, social media is curated.
It's curated. Just like I said, we're not posting the picture with the crud in our eyes, right? We're posting the happy moments, the good moments. Not only that, it's also recognizing that even with clickbait, the sound bites, they are posting the things that are going to elicit a type of emotional response for us. So recognizing, how do I want to utilize it? How do I want to utilize it in a way that feels positive for me? And giving yourself permission to say, this is no longer benefiting me, and let me take a step back.
And particularly, we're talking about young people who could fall into the traps of the two last bullet points you have, their mental health and impact on physical health and other problems. How do you make sure as a parent your child is not falling into this trap and down that rabbit hole?
So there are some more research that's coming out that's suggesting that children shouldn't be on social media in general. That some of them are saying wait until they're 13, and some are even saying older than 16. But part of it is creating those open lines of communication, helping them to see what's real, what's not real, especially with AI coming out and people comparing, their bodies to AI bodies that aren't real, teaching them what AI looks like, and just really educating them so that they then recognize what's based in reality, what's not. And there are tons of different pages where they'll show, oh, me at the beach, when really it's just sand in their backyard and a pool behind, right? And showing those things to show how easy it is to create this false narrative.
All right. Dr. Smith, thank you for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored.